Let's solve some STAAR Grade 8 math questions on shapes on a coordinate plane. Let's take a look at this one. The first one says a square has sides of 4 units. We know that a square has equal sides, so that means all of the sides have 4 units each. If the square is dilated by a square factor of 2.5, what are the new side lengths? Dilation means multiplication. So if we have x comma y, when we dilate, we multiply and it becomes kx comma ky. So now that we have just one side, and that means we have to multiply by 2.5. And this means we have to multiply. Let's say we have no calculator, so that means we have to multiply by 5 over 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. When we multiply 2 times 5, that becomes 10. So that means the new length will be 10 units. Each of the new lengths will be 10 units since it is a square. So that is how to dilate. We have one scale factor and all you need to do is to multiply through by the given scale factor. Let's take a look at the next one. Given two similar pentagons, the pentagons are similar, that means they have the same shape. They can be bigger, but they have the same shape. With corresponding side lengths of 3 units and 6 units. We have corresponding side lengths of 3 units and 6 units. Determine if a side length 9 units in one pentagon corresponds to a side length of 18 units. So what we need to know now is the scale factor. So if they have corresponding side length 3 units and 6 units, so that means the scale factor will be 6 over 3 and that gives 2. Okay, so now let's determine if a side length 9 units in one pentagon corresponds to a side length 18 units. So now the small side is 9. If you multiply 9 by 2, we get 18. So that means it corresponds because the scale factor of 18 over 9 also will be 2. So since we get 2 for the scale factor, and if you multiply the small side by 2, you get 18. That means the side length of 9 units corresponds to a side length of 18 units in the order. So that is the explanation for that. Andrew wants to dilate. Once you hear dilate, just know that we are multiplying by a scale factor. Andrew wants to dilate a triangle if the original triangle has a base of 15 units. Okay, the base is 15 units and an area. Okay, lovely. The area is 16 square units. Don't forget that area is always in square units. What will be the area of the new triangle if the base, the base of the new triangle is 75? What will be the area of the new triangle? So once we dilate the one triangle, it has the one we dilated will have the same size but we have the same shape but a different size. It is either bigger or smaller, but in this we can see that the dilated triangle becomes bigger. So now let's find the scale factor. The scale factor will be the bigger triangle, which the base of the bigger triangle, which since we don't know the area, the base of the bigger triangle, which is 75, over the base of the smaller triangle, and this will give 5. So the scale factor of the base is 5. But please do not make the mistake of saying the area will be 60 times 5, because if you say the area will be 60 times 5, you will get a wrong answer. If the scale factor is 5, the area factor will be 5 square, because area is always square. So the area factor, that's the base, the scale of the base is the scale factor is 5. The area factor will be 5 square, and that will be 25. The base factor is 5, but the area factor will be 5 square, because area is always squared. So that means if the area factor is 25, that means the area of the bigger triangle will be 60 times 25. Do not multiply it by 5. If you multiply it by 5, you will get a wrong answer. So the area will be square of the scale factor. Area factor is the square of the scale factor. So the area of this new triangle will now be 1500 square units. Square units. Don't make the mistake. So that is how to answer this. The next one, figure A is a dilated image of figure B. Find the scale factor. So now let's look at each point to find the scale factor. Let's pick an obvious color. So to find the scale factor now, let's look at the point here. This point here is 6. Okay, let's look at this point here is 12. 12 divided by 6, that's 2. That means the scale factor is 2. But let's be sure. Let's pick another point. This point here is 4. This point here is 8. That's still 2. This point here is 1. This point here is 2. That's still 2. This point here is 1. This point here is 2. So we are still multiplying by 2. This point here is 4. And this point here is 8. So we are still multiplying by 2. So we multiply each of the smaller shape, the smaller pentagon, by 2 to get the bigger one. So that means the scale factor is 2. And that is that for this one. So let's look at the next one. A picture of Fred Flintstone is placed on a coordinate plane. The picture undergoes a 150% dilation. This is what we use to find the scale factor with respect to the origin. Let's first change this to fraction. 150% is the same as 150 over 100, and this is 15 over 10, and that will be 1.5. So the scale factor is 1.5. The scale factor is 1.5. Now, 1 point on Fred originally was found at 6, 9. What are the coordinates of the dilated image of this point? So that means the dilated image will be 6 times 1.5, then 9 times 1.5. That is what the new point will be. 6 times 1.5, 9 times 1.5. And that will be 9, 13.5. That will be 9, 13. So these are the coordinates of the dilated this is the coordinates of the dilated image at this point, at point 6.9. So you first find the scale factor. We were given 150% dilation. We change it into fraction. We got one, or decimal as the case may be. We got 1.5, and we use it to multiply the point to get the new point for the dilated image. So now, lastly, let's take a look at this quadrilateral. What is it asking? Which statement is true? So let's see. Let's look at this quadrilateral. The smaller one is the new image. The bigger one is the original image. The smaller one is the new image. So the first statement says, each side length of quadrilateral PQRS is half. That is, PQRS is half times P prime Q prime R prime S. This shows that this one must be bigger than this. But if you look at the shape, PQRS is actually bigger. It's bigger than this. So that is, we are supposed to multiply this one by a big number to get PQRS. So this is wrong. If you multiply PQRS by half, you will get a smaller shape, a smaller size, a smaller image. If you multiply PQRS, P prime Q prime R prime S prime by half, you will get a smaller shape. But for this now, whatever we multiply this prime one by, it is bigger because we got a bigger shape. So that one is wrong. Quadrilateral P prime Q prime R prime S prime is congruent to quadrilateral PQRS. This is wrong because when they are congruent, they must have the same size and then the same shape. But obviously they have the same shape, but they do not have the same size. Now, Each angle measure of quadrilateral PQRS is half the corresponding measure angle of this. This is wrong because when you dilate a, let's see, each angle measure, when you is if each angle measure of quadrilateral PQRS, okay, PQRS is the bigger one, is half the corresponding angle measure of quadrilateral P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime. That is wrong. Quadrilateral P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime is similar to this. Yes, it is similar because when it is similar, they have the same size, they have the same shape, but different sizes. The same shape, different sizes. So that is similar. So they are similar because they have the same shape, but they have different sizes. But for congruence, they must have both the same size and the same shape. And that will be all for this video. See you in the next one.